Four giant tech companies made shocking moves in the same week, and nobody connected the dots. While Meta flooded social media with fake content, OpenAI quietly infiltrated your daily life, Google gave robots internet access, and Microsoft built massive power centers to run it all. This isn't coincidence. These are different fronts of AI's plan to take over the physical world. Welcome back to AI Handbook, where I expose the revolutionary changes happening in artificial intelligence every single day. By the end of this video, you'll understand why September 2025 might be remembered as the week AI stopped being virtual and became physical. And trust me, the connections I found are quite disturbing. Let me start with Meta's move, because the irony here is absolutely stunning. On September 25th, Mark Zuckerberg announced Vibes, a completely AI-generated video feed inside the Meta AI app. According to my research of the announcement, this is essentially TikTok, but every single video is AI slop. Here's what I found fascinating. Meta partnered with Black Forest Labs in a deal worth over $140 million. Yes, $35 million this year alone and $105 million next year, just to power this feature. That's according to Bloomberg's analysis of financial filings I examined. But here's the corporate contradiction that blew my mind. Just months ago, Meta was warning creators about posting unoriginal content on their platforms. They literally told people to focus on authentic storytelling. Now, they've built an entire feed dedicated to synthetic content that users are calling infinite slop. I analyzed user reactions across multiple platforms, and the response was brutal. The top comment on Zuckerberg's announcement post? "Gang, nobody wants this." Another highly liked comment said, "Bro's posting AI slop on his own app." During my research, I came across one Reddit user captured it perfectly. I love how this would have been such a breakthrough a few years ago, and now it just gets called out for the slop it is. But here's what nobody's talking about. Why would Meta invest $140 million in something users actively hate? I discovered the answer lies in their restructuring. In June 2025, they created Meta Super Intelligence Labs following senior staff departures. They're desperate to catch up with OpenAI, Anthropic, and Google DeepMind. This isn't about user demand, it's about corporate survival in the AI race. While Meta was getting roasted publicly, OpenAI was making a far more invasive move, and barely anyone noticed. On the exact same day, September 25th, they launched ChatGPT Pulse. Based on my analysis of the announcement, this is ChatGPT doing asynchronous research on your behalf every single night. Let me break down what I found. Pulse is currently available to pro users on mobile. According to OpenAI's documentation I examined, it reads your past chats, your memory, and here's the kicker. With your permission, it connects to Gmail and Google Calendar to proactively read them in the background. Think about that. You go to sleep, and ChatGPT is analyzing your emails, checking your calendar, cross-referencing your past conversations, and preparing personalized briefings for you. The scale is staggering. According to research I analyzed from OpenAI's own data, ChatGPT now has 700 million weekly active users as of September 2025. That's up from 300 million in December 2024, more than doubling in less than a year. Here's what concerns me. According to reports I found, OpenAI's latest study shows that 52% of users now have typically female names, up from just 37% in January 2024. The platform is becoming universal. And based on data I examined, adoption growth rates in the lowest income countries are now 4x those in the highest income countries. This isn't just an AI assistant anymore. I spent days analyzing what this means, and the conclusion is clear. OpenAI is building an operating system for life, as one analysis I read described it. It's not waiting for you to ask questions, it's anticipating your needs before you even wake up. Now, while OpenAI was infiltrating digital life, Google was doing something even more dramatic with physical life. On September 26th, just one day after Meta and OpenAI's announcements, Google DeepMind unveiled Gemini Robotics 1.5 and Gemini Robotics ER 1.5. According to the technical reports I analyzed, these are the first AI models that let robots think, plan, and use digital tools. Here's what shocked me most. Based on documentation I reviewed, Gemini Robotics ER 1.5 can natively call Google Search. Let me repeat that. Robots can now Google things. I found a perfect example in their announcement. They asked a robot, based on my location, can you sort these objects into the correct compost, recycling, and trash bins? According to the demo I analyzed, the robot searched local recycling guidelines on the internet, looked at objects in front of it, figured out sorting rules, and completed the entire task autonomously. Carolina Parada, Google DeepMind's head of robotics, explained in reports I examined that robots can now, quote, separate laundry by color or even pack a suitcase based on the weather forecast in London, unquote. The technical capabilities I discovered are remarkable. According to benchmark data I analyzed, Gemini Robotics ER 1.5 achieved state-of-the-art performance on 15 academic benchmarks, including spatial understanding and multi-step reasoning. It can break down tasks like reorganize my desk according to this picture into sequential steps and execute them. But here's the part that connects everything. Google is partnering with Apptronik to build humanoid robots with this technology. According to information I found, they're also working with over 60 trusted testers. This isn't research, it's deployment. Now here's where everything clicks into place. Because all of this, Meta's content generation, OpenAI's proactive AI, and Google's thinking robots, requires massive computational power. And that's exactly what Microsoft announced on September 18th. Based on reports I analyzed, Microsoft revealed their Wisconsin data center called Fairwater, officially the world's most powerful AI data center. The numbers I discovered are mind-blowing. According to Microsoft's own announcements, 315 acres of land, 1.2 million square feet, housing hundreds of thousands of NVIDIA GB200 GPUs. The facility has enough fiber optic cable to wrap around Earth 4.5 times. But here's the real story. According to energy analyses I reviewed, this single data center requires 450 megawatts of power. That's enough electricity to supply over 300,000 homes. One environmental report I examined found that just 2 approved data centers in Wisconsin will consume enough energy to power 4.3 million homes, nearly double the 2.8 million housing units in the entire state. And Microsoft isn't stopping. Based on reports I analyzed, they're investing an additional $4 billion for a second data center of similar scale, bringing total investment to over $7 billion. According to construction details I found, 46.6 miles of deep foundation piles, 26.5 million pounds of structural steel, 120 miles of underground cable. This isn't just a data center, it's the engine room for AI's physical takeover. So let me connect all these dots I've been analyzing for days. Within 1 week in September 2025, Meta spent $140 million to flood platforms with AI-generated content. OpenAI launched an AI that reads your emails while you sleep. Google gave robots the ability to search the internet and think. Microsoft built the infrastructure to power it all. This isn't random. Based on everything I've researched, I believe we're watching a coordinated transformation, AI moving from screens into the physical world. Here's what I discovered. According to Federal Energy Regulatory Commission data I examined, by 2030, data centers could consume 9% of all U.S. electricity, double the current consumption. According to industry reports I analyzed, the Electric Power Research Institute estimates data center energy needs will hit 35 gigawatts by decade's end. And the irony? While Microsoft claims they'll match fossil fuel consumption with carbon-free energy, according to analyses I reviewed, they're converting coal plants to natural gas to meet demand. The contradiction is stunning. What concerns me most, based on user reactions I analyzed, people are rejecting AI slop, yet companies are investing billions. OpenAI is reading private communications. Google is giving physical robots autonomous internet access, and nobody's asking permission anymore. I spent days analyzing these announcements to bring you this investigation. If this opened your eyes to what's really happening, share this video. People deserve to know the connections between these moves. Subscribe to AI Handbook for more investigations like this, because in the AI revolution, the biggest stories are the ones nobody's connecting.